Hey, happy Monday. Today's Monday, March 18th, and this is the last day of Pisces season. So, what I wanted to share with you today is about the sun moving into the sign of Aries. This marks our spring equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's a really powerful time of year, really marking the beginning of the astrological year and shifting out of the watery energy of Pisces, which has been a really dreamy and dissolvey kind of time at the end of winter. Dissolvey, I'm pretty sure is a new word. Anyway, we still have a lot of energy in Pisces with Saturn and Neptune still in Pisces. And planet Mars will be moving into Pisces on Friday, out of Aquarius into Pisces. So while we have the spring equinox and the shift into the fire sign of Aries, that initiating spark of energy, that energy in all of us that is the initiation and that emergence. Aries energy says, I am, just I am, I exist, like I'm here, like out of the watery depths of Pisces, out of the energetic field of existence. Here's this spark of new life. In spring, you might make it the connection to the burst of new leaves or the emergence of the crocus or the daffodils or the tulips bursting out through the soil. So it's a new growth kind of an energy. Um, really, that that spark of initiation, that spark of inspiration, of there's new energy here. And the fire signs are all connected with this energy of inspiration, passion, and identity. And Aries is very much a self-identity. And we've had some planetary action in Aries already. Planet Chiron or asteroid Chiron has been in Aries for several years, which is an energy of having us be aware of our self-image and maybe our insecurities around who we are, how we express ourselves in the world, how we emerge, how we express our ideas and our wants and our desires in the world, how we hold this very masculine energy. Fire and air signs are a masculine energy and outward expressing energy, whereas the water signs and earth signs are a more yin, receptive, or feminine quality of energy. And so as we make this transition from Pisces seasons into Aries season, there's going to be, we're going to feel more awareness. That's the energy that the sun holds. More conscious awareness around our identity, around what is that instinctual spark of light and inspiration or passion within us individually. Like, what is it that's lighting your pilot light? Your sense of your energy. What, have it be relit and begin to take action based on those instincts or that inspiration. So Aries energy is a very get up and go kind of energy. Just not thinking a lot about it, just go. That drive, that inspiration to take a risk, to be adventurous, to be pioneering, to start something new. It's that spark of starting something energetically. So Chiron has been in Aries, helping us all examine the woundings or the insecurities we have around that sense of self or that sense of self-determination, that sense of, do I get to want what I want? Do I get to express my full range of emotions? Do I get to express the things that are powerful, that might be angry or aggressive or just really passionate? And how do I hold that within myself? Aries asks us all those questions. And the nodes of the moon, or the nodes of fate, the North Node has been in Aries also for about the last year. And this is a collective energy of growth, of evolution. We've all been invited by these planetary and universal energies to embrace more of that healthy Aries energy within us. And you may have been feeling this as like, right, it's really time for me to be myself. It's really time for me to go after what I want or what I enjoy. Um, and planet Mercury moved into the sign of Aries on our new moon in Pisces. So just a little over a week ago, Mercury moved into the sign of Aries. So I want you to be curious with yourself. What have you noticed yourself thinking about or talking about in the last week? Has it been uh, kind of flavored by this Aries lens? Have you noticed yourself expressing your desires or wants, or initiating contact with people, or beginning a conversation, taking a risk in some way with communication? Have you found yourself more aware of what you're drawn to, what is inspiring to you? Um, I have felt this at the same time I've been feeling this very restful, relaxed ending energy of Pisces. And so this is not, it's not a super clear threshold. It's not like when the sun moves into Aries, we only experience Aries energy, right? So there's a bridging and a blending. And out of Pisces, which tends to dissolve the boundaries of things, invite us into a surrender, trust, faith, um, really kind of a, it's all it's all good in Pisces. It's all just um, dissolved. It's all energetic and taken on faith in Pisces energy. Universal love, compassion, and empathy in Pisces. And then Aries energy is fiery, passionate, initiating, all those sparky, sparky, go for it energies I was talking about. And so some planets will be hanging out in Pisces, some will be hanging in Aries. So we have this land and this bridge from the cosmos asking us to be aware of both ah, that sense of how are we connected to the all that is? How are we connected to the divine source and to each other in that very Piscean universal field way? And at the same time, how are we connected to ourselves and our inner light, our inner fire, the Aries energy? So it's like it's both and. And during Aries season, so from tomorrow, March 19th until April 19th or 20th, I think, we have Aries season. And during this time, we're going to have two eclipses. This is eclipse season. The first one is March 25th with our full moon partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Libra, which is the opposite sign to Aries. And then April 8th, we're going to have a total solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. And this axis in each of us in the zodiac, Aries opposite to Libra. Aries is the self energy, the me or I am energy. And Libra is the energy of how are we in relationship? How is there a we? How is the connection? And every polarity in the zodiac, you've probably heard me say this, but every polarity in the zodiac needs to embrace and incorporate and accept its opposite in order for it to be a healthy expression of that energy. So if you think of the Aries energy as that, I am what I want, what I desire, what I think, go for it, with the awareness that Libra brings of, I'm not here alone. I am in relationship with other people in my life. I'm in relationship with ideas and culture and concepts. And how I show up does have an impact on others and is influenced by others. There's that awareness. And with that awareness, Aries can be really strong and really passionate. And Libra energy, which I'll be talking about a lot on Sunday. So, as you know, or may have heard, I've started a Patreon community with my friend and colleague, Eily Olichny, and we are calling it Stars and Cards. It's astrology and tarot and a deep exploration and conversation around these energies and archetypes around how can we be in relationship with the universe and the archetypes and metaphors and images that inform us and that help us recognize parts of ourselves, the energies within, and help us work with, understand, feel into the energies in the field, in the universe. It's been a wonderful community. We started in January, and on Patreon, you can join us, Patreon, Stars and Cards. And we will be having a call Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific to 11:30, where we'll be talking in detail and exploring the energy of this full moon eclipse in the sign of Libra. Invite you to join us. If you haven't been on any of our calls, we welcome you to join us for free and check us out. And if you enjoy the exploration, the conversations that we're involved with there, we invite you to join us as a patron and be part of our community, which is really growing as people get to know each other and bring their insights and wisdom to this exploration. I'll include links for that. But this full moon in Libra is going to give us a felt sense of the Libra Aries axis. Every full moon highlights one of the polarities in the zodiac. So it's kind of our first felt sense glimpse of Aries energy. Now, this is a full moon that is 2 weeks after the Pisces new moon. And so I'll be talking about those two archetypes, like how what started in Pisces season is coming to fullness during Libra, the Libra moon, and how that then connects with the Aries Libra axis. It's a rich combination and blending of the archetypes. And then 2 weeks after that, April 8th, we have the full moon, not the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, where we'll have a big, potent, powerful expression of seeding this new Aries energy. This eclipse, the solar eclipse, is conjunct Chiron. So right with that energy of Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, and very near the north node of the moon, which is why it's an eclipse. So it's a very healing, very powerful initiation for all of us beginning April 8th. But we have a couple of weeks to get there, to feel into the Aries energy, to do our own inner inquiry. Who am I? If I'm saying I am and emerging into my life at this spring season, it's really a great time to tune in with yourself. And who is the you who is emerging? You know, it's a great time seasonally to check in with yourself in whatever ways you do, right? I love using the astrology tools for myself and to really take a look at my chart and to see where in my chart, what are my planetary energies are being activated by this eclipse? What are the opportunities of growth and awareness for me personally in this eclipse season? So for me, that Aries eclipse is in my first house, that I am and self-identity part of my chart. And the Libra eclipse is in my 7th house of relationships. So for me, Pisces rising, this Aries and Libra happens to be in my 1st and 7th house. It'll be different for you. I love sharing the birth chart, your unique birth chart with you to help you understand parts of yourself and how the energies, the archetypes work within you, how your journey is unfolding, how the current activity in the universe, like these eclipses, like the season of Aries, how does that speak through you, through your birth chart? And how can you become more aware and have more agency in working with those parts of yourself? So always invite you into conversation with me or a session to look at your birth chart and help you deepen your understanding of yourself and your own journey. The other piece that's coming up during Aries season is a Mercury retrograde. So beginning April 1st, April Fool's Day is the beginning of Mercury retrograde. And I find that kind of amusing. You know, all of the hijinks and practical jokes that we associate with April Fool's Day share some things in common with the trickster planet Mercury stationing to go retrograde, when communication can be off, when travel and technology things can be off. So it'll be a potent day, April 1st, and being aware of how Mercury retrograde works for you. Where in your life, in your chart, is it most having its impact? So the retrograde will be the 1st through the 25th of April, and it'll be covering, it'll retrograde at about 27 degrees of Aries and moving backwards to 16 degrees of Aries. So if you're familiar with your chart and the language of the degrees and the technicalities, have a look and see where that falls and what the themes of the house are that it's in. If that doesn't make sense to you yet and you're really curious, reach out and let's do even a short session to help you orient yourself for the retrograde and for the eclipses. Even a half an hour session can really illuminate a lot of things for you and help you along your way. And I would love to do that. It'd be great to meet and touch base and help guide you with the planets. So this Aries season, this shift in season, I don't know what it's doing in your part of the world. We're getting glimpses of spring and some warmish days in the low 60s, and it's been beautiful. And then it'll be cold and rainy again midweek. I know my friends in Colorado, lots of snow. Looks like my Minnesota friends, you're in really cold weather after having some beautiful warm days. So this is a really transitional time of year weather-wise. And astrologically, we are in that transition, still like I talked about at the beginning. Pisces energy planets still really strong, and Aries planets emerging and gaining strength as well. And so great time for really good self-care, really nurturing your body as we go through these changes, really tapping into that compassion and empathy for yourself and knowing you're connected to the all that is, to the divine, to the universe. And also knowing that that unique spark of you, that internal initiation is coming on board. So I wish you really well. Happy spring equinox, happy Aries season. And I hope to see you on our call Sunday for Stars and Cards. I'll drop the links with the video. And you can always get on my mailing list, tiffanddylan.com, if you're not there, or join my Facebook group, Your Stellar Life. And I post information and connection points there as well. Thanks so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful early spring day tomorrow. Happy equinox.